What's going on, guys? What is up? It's your boy Frostbite, and welcome back. And so in today's video, we're going to talk about all the new updates, the reworks of Cod Ww2 that happened in the last couple days, and the question at hand: did the Resistance DLC revive the Cod Ww2 as we all know it? And so let's just jump right into it. If you guys don't mind, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you guys are new, and let's get right into the discussion, shall we? Oh, and before I started off, let me not forget, let me thank the man, the myth, the legend, the power behind Thor's hammer himself, Thunder, for giving me the opportunity to post on this channel. I hope you guys do enjoy this commentary, so let's jump right into it now, shall we? So in the last update, we got a whole lot of neat reworks and readjustments to the game mechanics and how the game performs and how weapons perform as well. And to start off, I gotta say, Sledgehammer Games, they actually took a step in the right direction by actually doing so and made the game honestly better. I played for 6 hours and I had a lot of fun, and honestly, I never played for that long since the game of launch or somewhere around there. But let's jump right into it. So with the weapons, the grease gun got a buff to its recoil control and ADS time, because the grease gun was one of the slowest firing weapons with the weirdest most recoil for some reason, and it had the slowest ADS speed, transition speed out in the whole SMG class. So they buffed it up so it could be up to par to every other SMG. The FG42 got buffed back to almost what it used to be before the pros complained about it, and now they're complaining again because they still wanted that weapon to be nerfed. It's a little bit toned down from the vanilla version of the game before they start complaining about it, but it's still good. It had gotten a rate of fire and recoil adjustment buff, which is pretty cool. I dropped the V2 with it and it's amazing. And now finally, the Cod Ww2 finally got nerfed. To me, I'm just gonna rant for a second, guys. I think all snipers should aim down sights so much slower, because again, you're looking through a telescopic magnified scope. You shouldn't be able to acquire targets that quickly in real life. It takes a lot of time and effort to do so. But they finally got an ADS nerf on the Cod Ww2, but unfortunately, until they fix this, even in this update, they didn't fix it. The torpedo variant is in its vanilla stage, it hasn't gotten nerfed for that variant. I'm not sure about the nightmare variant, because those two are very identical in design. So maybe whoever had the nightmare variant, put in the comment section below, see if they got nerfed compared to the base variant, because I know from the base variant to the torpedo variant still aim down sights faster. In the combat shotgun, finally got a readjustment on its buff that it happened to have a couple weeks ago. They toned it down a bit, so it's a little less sniper shotgunny and a little more of you got to get up close and get a kill with it. But with a twist, they buffed the double barrel sawed off shotgun to have that buff of the combat shotgun. Basically, the double barrel sawed off has a damage over range buff and a pellet count buff, so it's more consistent, and you can basically snipe people across map, which is crazy. So go ahead, run around with the double barrel, and go ahead and snipe some players, guys. So as well, when the Resistance event dropped, more reworks came along with that update. They, first of all, starting off, they took out friendly shell shocking. For those who don't know what that is, it's that dizzy, blinding, gray filter dizzy effect that happens when you get hit with a grenade. But not only, like for example, not only if you're doing spawn nades, you don't have to watch out just for enemy grenades. You got to watch out for your friendly grenades as well. No other Call of Duty did this, to the fact that your friendly grenades can affect how you play and ruin your momentum if they have a badly tossed grenade or a badly placed score sheet that affects you, and have the enemies potentially get you killed, and basically your friends get you killed because their grenade lands in front of you and not the enemy, and it gives you that dizzying effect that increases your sensitivity, a gray blurry vision, the ears ringing because you can't hear gunshots, and all in all, the slow stunning effect as well. It was a big nuisance. The community didn't understand why they had it. I guess in the beta it was so much worse, but now they took it out completely, which was a great plus. And honestly, I'm actually happy about this one as well. And the next big change, the health regen buff, guys. We heal a whole lot faster than we did before. Before, you could literally go make a sandwich from scratch, bread and all, baking the bread and all, and you still won't be fully healed. But now they reduced the time it takes to heal by a lot. Usually it was around 8.6 to 9 seconds. Now it's roughly 6.8 seconds, because it takes 5 seconds to start the healing process. But before, I guess the time to start healing from a single hit point was 0.33 per second, which is a really long time. They dropped it down to a 0.2, so that is a great improvement right there. And I gotta say, 1.2 seconds is a lot in Call of Duty time, especially when you get shot at. It's so crazy. And on top of that, if you would have got hit while you're healing in a pre-patch, that 5 seconds restarts. So now when you get hit while healing, that 5 seconds continues, so you could continue on and start rushing more. And the game flow, the map flow, and how fast TDM matches ending for one, it's highly increased, so the games will end a whole lot faster. Now the question remains at hand: did this massive amount of changes and updates and reworks going to help World War II entirely to bring back its player base that is lost due to the constant brokenness of this game? To me, I can't say for sure, but from my experience playing World War II, these things were the constant struggle for me. Like the problems that I listed below in this commentary, or listed before in this commentary, those are the constant things I really hated about this game, my constant complaints. And having to rush and dying because it took too long to heal, consistent corner camping, because again, this game is it's one of the slowest paced Call of Duty's ever played. Even COD Ww2, compared to World at War and Modern Warfare Remastered, or the original COD 4, World War II is the slowest, even compared to World at War, which is the same time frame in the history of war, which is unbelievable. Honestly, because I never played a 75 TDM to be exact. I never played a 75 kill TDM match in previous titles that took a full 10 minutes to complete, because as well as not having good map flow and slow players, score streaks really do suck. They need to buff the score streaks, which is next on the list. I hopefully think so myself. But so far the game is running smooth after the update. I gotta say, I had a lot of fun. I played a full 6 hours non-stop, live stream for like an hour and a half as well on the same day, and had a lot of fun, to be honest. But still, just some things that still kind of need to still get fixed. As they said, they're going to fix the spectator glitch. It's still there somewhat, but it's not as consistent. I remember one time I literally sat there for a full 9 minutes and the game still hasn't finished. I still didn't spawn in. I just sat there just to see how long it's going to take for me to not spawn in, and 9 minutes was the longest. I heard people like didn't spawn in for the full 10 minutes, which was unbelievable. But now it's fixed, but it's still there. I sometimes experience it, but not as much since after the update. Mainly around like 10-15 seconds I'm still in the game, and it's still the counter for the start match counter is still counting down. But as well, another thing they did also fix is the fact that a lot of players complain that they keep accidentally launching the HQ, because in previous COD titles, the find a match selection on the multiplayer menu was always the primary one, so you could jump right into the game. So since they added HQ, they had that as the primary, and a lot of players didn't enjoy that consistently, and having to scroll down or scroll to the left to find a match, or accidentally just launching into headquarters by accident, because they're so used to launching into find a match first, because it always have been since previous COD titles from the very beginning. But since they added HQ, it's a big change, adding a social space to a Call of Duty game. It's the very first of its kind, and having it to shift down below find a match was a good plus in the right direction as well. There's clearly more to be done to this game, but with this DLC 1 drop for the Resistance event, the Resistance DLC, I have to admit, Sledgehammer Games made it out 2 steps ahead with the DLC drop. It was very smooth. It's very enjoyable. I love the weapons, the new weapons, the Volkssturmgewehr or Volkssturmgewehr. I don't know how to say it. It's freaking nasty. Some people, I think T Martin even compared it to the ACR. I know it's not identical to the no recoil, but compared to how they didn't really do recoil in previous CODs, because they were just an arcade shooter with perks and whatnot, and they actually focus on actual game weapon mechanics and how weapons work in the next COD titles. I would say the Volk is kind of a good comparison to the ACR when it comes to damage, range, and accuracy. It's a very accurate weapon. The Orso is pretty good. It's pretty fast. A lot of people say it's a comparison between the WAF and the Tommy gun with the range and the rapid fire capabilities and whatnot. But again, I have to say DLC 1 is somewhat a success. If you guys think different, put it in the comment section below. Feel free to put your comments, put your opinions. If I'm completely wrong, if you have a different view than I do, feel free. This is a discussion video, and your opinion does matter. I know some people probably say, shut up, your opinion don't, but it really doesn't matter to you and may matter to somebody else who agrees with you. There's clearly more to be done to this game, but again, I have to admit, Sledgehammer Games made it out 2 steps ahead with this DLC 1 drop. I gotta say, but Sledgehammer also has been more transparent than ever before. The only problem I see is sometimes is them listening more to pro players than they do the masses. Not saying their opinion doesn't matter, but for a small percentage of players, they shouldn't determine the masses again, because in a sense, I would say to have a good compromise for players who play in GBs, even for just playing for GBs for fun, they should have their own certain patch for weapons. Like, they could complain and put their input about weapons that need to be nerfed, need to be buffed, and so should like players who play casually, and they have a middleman in like for matches like CWL, competitive, even competition. They should have their own patch where those weapons that they complain about are being readjusted to be toned down a bit, and for the masses who say otherwise, they should keep it as it is, or even buff the weapons that they want to get buffed, because there was 2 different kinds of players and they have 2 different kinds of views on the game, and having like 2 different patches or 2 different versions of games just for competitive and just for casual play would be a good compromise. I know it'd be a little bit more work than it should be worth, but maybe in the future to probably do so, and so that everybody can be happy. But that's where I digress, and this is where we ended off. Well, anyways, hope you guys do enjoy. I enjoy you guys' feedback on the commentary, enjoy you guys' feedback on the discussion at hand, and again, put in the comment section below your opinion. Your opinion does matter on this video, because everybody has their entitled to their own opinion, and some people may have this similar views as you, so you guys could relate to some things. But anyway, I'm your boy Frostbite, and I hope to see you guys in another video tomorrow, and I see you guys tomorrow, and I'm out. Peace.